Hey everybody, Console Collector here, back again with another round of pickups. We're going to kick off this pickups video with this really cool in-store promo here for the Nintendo Switch. It features the Switch OLED model, Metroid Dread, Mario Party Superstars, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now this is one of those triangle folding pieces that go over the crash bars at Walmart at the entrances. I don't know if you're familiar with those, but I always see these go over them. Well, this is a brand new unfolded one. So the story behind this is a guy joined my local retro video game group, and he reached out to me knowing I'm such a huge collector in my city, and he said he had a whole bunch of these left over and he wanted to know if I wanted it. And I said, absolutely I did. So he actually works for the company that makes these. So we got in touch and we met up and I got it from him, and just wow, this is so awesome. So that's the first thing we got here, is this really cool brand new Nintendo Switch promo item there. Now the next thing I got here is this really cool Arcanine mat. It's made of like a mouse pad material. I recently got a Zelda one. Well, the store that was selling the Zelda one got this Arcanine one in, and holy cow, I couldn't believe it. Arcanine never has stuff like this, and they made one. Arcanine's my favorite Pokemon. I couldn't buy this fast enough. So this is super nice, super cool. What a great piece to the collection. Next up, I got a smoking deal off Facebook Marketplace. I'll just post a little screenshot here. I picked up, yes, the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch for $50. Now it's loose, but hey, for 50 bucks, it is missing the battery cover there, and the clasp here is missing, so it doesn't lock down. But inside's really nice, and it does work. I already have one of these complete in box, but my good friend Phantom Link is a huge Zelda fan, so we worked out a deal for it. But yeah, so cool, 50 bucks. And it was only a few minutes from my house, so what a steal. It's just definitely well loved, but this thing's going for around $400 to $600 depending on condition. So I've got a really good deal on that. Just a little random pickup. I got WWF Betrayal for the Game Boy Color. Apparently it's a really fun beat 'em up game on the Game Boy Color, so I was happy to pick that up. Got a couple of Switch games here. I got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch, and a really rough copy of Hello Neighbor for the collection there. And then I got this off Facebook Marketplace, Power Stone collection. Yeah, I really wanted to try the Power Stone games for the Dreamcast. It turns out they have both Power Stone 1 and 2 on the PSP. Such a better deal and cheaper than getting both Dreamcast ones. And apparently this is the best way to play the Power Stone games, so really happy to pick this one up. And it's complete. I got this off Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. So not too bad. A couple more Facebook Marketplace deals here. Some guy posted a huge stack of original Xbox demo discs. I love collecting these for my kiosk, so I was happy to grab them all. So we have this Splinter Cell one here, King Kong, this Xbox Live Arcade, Halo 3, this SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, Rainbow Six Vegas, Tomb Raider Legends, Ghost Recon, Raw 2 I guess that's called, Driver Parallel Lines. I really appreciate that there's a muscle car on there. That's really cool. We got just a bunch of 360 demos, which is cool. So I guess that's more of a 360 demo. Got this Rally Sport Challenge 2, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. This one was really cool to see in there, the Dead Rising one. Now this one has Xbox and 360 on it. So that's really cool. Oh, and there's some people in a bikini on there. Oops. Saints Row, Tony Hawk's, Doom 3, and Deus Ex Invisible War. This was actually my very first original Xbox game I got back in the day when I first had the original Xbox. But wait, there's more. Yeah, more. He also threw in some sealed original Xbox magazines with the demo discs. Yeah, sealed. I paid $35 for all of these. Such a great deal. So that one's cool. It's got the Battlefront 2 in there with Perfect Dark on the magazine. And then there's this one here, which is this Xbox 360 demo one. So got two of those now, but still sealed. That's awesome. This one was really cool. I was surprised. It's the Ghost Recon one, but it's got a demo disc here for Final Fantasy 11. Yeah. It's the beta of it, so I don't know what this thing's worth, but yeah, it's still sealed as well. That's super cool. And then one more with the Godfather of the game on there, and then black on the demo. The bags are definitely not in the best condition. You can see some wear and tear on it. And this one's actually got a rip right there, but still, what a great deal that was. Then this lady posted this PS3 for $60, and I thought, oh, it's the rare Azura blue one. Yeah, $60. But there's a little bit more to this story. When I got there, she included no controller, no hookups, and I didn't even know if this thing worked. It was disgusting as well. It literally came from a gross hoarder house. I got there, she's like, oh, come inside the yard. So I go in the yard, and I'm literally stepping over dog feces and garbage and diapers and broken stuff. It was horrible. I felt dirty just walking through her yard. Either way, I got the PS3. So when we get there, I'm like, there's no controllers or nothing. She's like, no, sorry. So I actually offered her $40, and she looked like she really needed the money for something. So I gave her the $40, she accepted, and then she threw in these games with it. A Water Damaged Sports Champions. This Rainbow Six New Vegas. The game that I seem to always come across, Modern Warfare 2. Another copy of Skyrim. A Water Damaged Prince of Persia trilogy, which is really too bad because I don't have this version, or the remaster is on PS3, and this one happens to be water damaged. But fortunately, the manual is not all crusty, and the game does look decent, so just some water damage cover art. And then Grand Theft Auto 5. So all that for $40. Disgusting. I already cleaned this up actually. I didn't even want to touch it. So I had to clean it before I did this video because it was really that gross, trust me. It was just nasty, but it's got a problem too. It was actually missing this end cap here for the hard drive. It was all exposed, so I actually took this black one off a spare top loader that I have. And honestly, I probably won't get much for it. It's missing the matching controller. It's pretty scratched up, and you can see here. So I might just turn this into my daily. It actually does work. So despite how gross it was, and even there was like pop and stuff in there, this thing works, at least for now. So I think I'll hang on to it and keep it as a player, since I can't really get much out of it. Alright, one last pickup. It's not gaming related. However, it's got a bit of a story behind it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. This is a wrestling DVD. This is WWE Backlash 2004. This was a live pay-per-view event that I actually attended. I took a road trip up to where this was being held, and I saw this live in 2004. I actually have a picture inside the DVD of where I was sitting for the show. This was the pre-show before the pay-per-view. You can see Matt Hardy there with Shannon Moore. The thing about this show, if you were in the first 5 rows from the ring, they actually had these special pay-per-view themed chairs that you got to sit on for the show. And I was within the 5 rows of the ring. In this DVD, actually, you can see me and my sign throughout the show several times. It's really awesome. I had a great time with it. So at the end of the show, you actually got to bring that chair home. Yeah, crazy, right? You got to keep that chair. So I took it home, and it was awesome. I had a little piece of my only pay-per-view I ever attended at home with me. So I used to be a huge wrestling fan through the 90s up to the mid-2000s, shortly after Backlash, about 2005. I actually just kind of stopped watching wrestling. It was just going a direction I wasn't interested in, and I quit watching it. So a few years ago, one of my best friends messaged me and said, "Hey, you still got that Backlash chair?" I said, "I do." His nephew was 8 years old, and he was really big into wrestling. He loved John Cena, all that stuff. And he said, "Hey, would you sell me your chair?" to my nephew. And at that time, like, it was just sitting in a closet. I didn't care about wrestling at all. So I sold it to him. Well, now I bought this house, and I've set up my game room, and I have that little wrestling section. And I was sitting here thinking, I really miss that chair. Like, I really regret selling it. So I thought about it. I'm like, I wonder if his nephew still has that chair. So I reached out to him and I asked him, "Hey, could you get a hold of your nephew and see if he still has that chair?" Well, a couple days passed, and sure enough, his nephew still had the chair. I couldn't believe it. So I asked, "Hey, would you sell me back that chair?" And his nephew said I could just have it. I couldn't believe how generous he was. The thing about that chair is it actually featured Chris Benoit on it. And his nephew really didn't know the situation with Chris Benoit. It's a bit of a tarnished legacy in the WWE for Chris Benoit. I won't get into any of that in this video, but if you're a wrestling fan, you know what I'm talking about. So his nephew was happy to give me the chair back. But I'm a nice guy, so I actually gave him money for the chair. I gave him $100 back to buy my chair. So yes, I have my original Backlash 2004 chair back in the collection. And here it is, my original 2004 Backlash chair. I'm really happy I was able to get it back. I really did miss it. You can see the nice WWE logo there. And then here's the seat part featuring Chris Benoit. Showing the date, Sunday, April 18th, Backlash. See the sponsors there. It's actually in really great shape considering how old it is. It does have some minor cracking in the material there. I did sit on it at the show for the good 3 hours. I didn't really use it much after I had it. It sat in a closet. A little bit of wear there. And then when I spoke to him, he only sat on it a handful of times, then he just put it away. So I'm just really happy I was able to get this back. I've learned my lesson for sure, because, throughout my life, I've sold things and I've regretted it. And something like this truly is priceless. Not because of Chris Benoit's on it or anything like that. It's just because it was the only pay-per-view event I ever attended. And I really did miss it. So I'm super happy I was able to get this back. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media. The information is in the description below. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.